What's going on, man? This is your boy, Coach Jack. Welcome to another episode of the REUP podcast, where we talk about the things in the past, what's happening in the present, and the things that might happen in the future when it comes to this thing we call life in football. Man, I'm excited about this episode right here because what I really want to dive into, something that I like to call prove it. All right. What is prove it? Prove it is it's just what it sounds like, right? Prove it. Well, like you say that you are this, you say you are that. Prove it. Prove it. We got a lot of people out here who talk the talk, but when it comes to walking that walk, that's a bit of a struggle. It's a bit of a struggle. And the reason why it's a bit of a struggle is because they're not prepared to execute when the moment comes. What happens when you're not ready for the moment? We talk about what happens when you're at the mountaintop. Obviously, that's what re-up is, right? You're raising expectations until proven. Well, you've proven it. But what happens when you get to the point where it's time to put up or shut up, and you can't put up, and you really don't know how to shut up? So now you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. What are you going to do? All right. What are you going to do to prove it? Well, here's the thing. It's easy to talk yourself into something, right? But you have to have the ability to set that standard. Talked about setting standards before, right? You have to have the ability to execute. We talked about that already, right? So when you find the ability to execute and you understand that you have certain people who are counting on you, who are just basically rooting for you, right? You do have people who root for you, but you also have those people who want to see you fail, who want to see you miserable, right? Because two things happen: either you talk too much, right? And you just haven't backed it up, right? You talk too much, you haven't backed it up, or they don't want you to come for the spot, right? They don't want you to come for the spot. So you're at the point right there. Well, you got to prove it. You have to prove it, and the message is basically, hey, be prepared for it, right? What does being prepared look like? Well, let's go down the laundry list. Well, being prepared looks like mentally. Let's talk about mentally first. So, is your mind right? Is your mind ready to go on the things that you have to accomplish? Is your mind set in like, hey, I gotta get this. I gotta win. If I don't win, then what am I doing? Right? If I don't win, there is no second option. There is, this is win or go home type situation, right? You have to have that mindset that I'm the guy. This is mine, and there is nobody out here that can take this from me, right? Because that's the mindset of a winner. That is the mindset that I'm going to take everything and give nothing. I take everything, I give nothing, everything that I want, I am proclaiming it right now. And that's not just with words, that's with actions. If your actions line up with your words, then you become unstoppable. But when your actions and your words do not line up, then you are just another number. You're just another number that, in a long list of guys or girls who want something and they're just not ready and willing to put in the work to go get it. And that's what it's simple. You're not ready or willing to put in the work to go get it. You rather sit in your complacency. You rather sit in mediocrity and not chase what it is that you want to go get. So if you can't chase what it is that you want to go get, then guess what? You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. It's not, things just don't happen, right? Yes, I'm a firm believer that, what's for you is for you. I am a firm believer what's for you is for you. However, if what God has for you, if you don't go get it, it will sit there and dormant and you will never realize what your gift is. It won't happen, right? So it's saying faith without works is dead, right? Faith come by hearing and hearing by the word. But remember what I just said. Faith without works is dead. So if you're believing to go get something, if you're believing that that's your spot, if you're believing that I'm better than that person, or I should be ahead of that person, or if I should do this and I should do that, all this and all that, I get it, I understand, prove it. Prove that you're the person. Prove that you're the guy. Prove that you're the girl. Prove that everything that you're talking about and everything that you say you are, prove it and do it every day and do it consistently. And I promise you, when you get done proving it, you have to prove it again. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you'll be the guy. You'll be the girl. You'll be the person that everybody else looks up to be, hey, that's the standard, that's the person, that's the thing that this program or this team or anything like that is built on. It's the foundation of it. The foundation because you proved it, because you put forth the effort, because you didn't settle on mediocrity. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. It takes you not settling to be mediocre. It takes you going to the next level. It takes you going to a new mindset to be able to go out there and go get it. Go out there and go get it. That's ultimately what it is. Prove it. Prove it. Prove that you are who you say you are. And if you can't prove that you are who you say you are, then you need to do one or two things. Shut up or work. Shut up or work. And if you ain't willing to work, then why you talking? If you ain't willing to put in the effort, why you talking? Sit in the background and watch those that are willing to work. Watch those that are willing to put in the effort. Watch them work. Watch them put in. Watch them get everything that you say that you want. And a lot of us, I ain't gonna say a lot of us, I'm gonna say some of us, right? There are some people out here who think that they work, right? They think that they work hard. They think that they have that dog in them, right? Here's the thing. if if you think that you work and you're not getting what you feel like you should get, work harder. Work harder. And if hard and honestly, there are some times where you are putting forth the effort and you are like busting your butt and you just can't get over that hump. That's where you gotta stay consistent and trying to get it, right? Don't give up. Never give up. Because here's the big thing about it is, right? If success is trying to meet your goals and expectations and standards and meeting those goals and expectations and standards, failure, the only thing failure is giving up on what you set forth to do. If you give up, if you don't have the if you don't have the mental fortitude to keep going, to understand that you need to execute and you need to do it consistently, if you don't have the mental fortitude to get going, you give up, then you fail. You fail. You fail when you don't have the mental fortitude, right? That's the words right there, mental fortitude, right? You got to understand that it takes that type of mentality. Now let's go to the body, right? Talked about the mind. I firmly believe that football is 90% mental, right? And obviously the rest comes with the physical. Right? I'm a football coach, but a lot of things that we do result in the mind. But we also got to get the body prepared, right? You prepared your mind, but are you in shape? Have you been lifting? Have you been lifting to your full potential? Because it's one thing to get in there and okay, yeah, I'm lifting these weights. I think I'm working hard, but are you pushing yourself to the max? Are you getting everything you can out of the weight room? Right? Are you doing the sprints to your full capacity? Are you out there giving it everything you got? Because if you're not out there giving it everything you got from a physical standpoint, then it's like it's not gonna match up. It's like words and actions. They're not gonna match up. You might have it mentally, but if you ain't got it physically, then it's not just gonna match up. And I'm not talking about, those people who are they got it all up top. Everything is great up top. And physically, they, they lack in certain areas, just can't can't get it, right? I'm not talking about them people, right? Because I'll tell you one thing, a lot of those athletes, those who aren't quite as gifted as the next, outwork those that are gifted, right? Those are the ones that really go out there and go get it. And their work, their physical work puts in more effort than that talent any day. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Period. All right. But from that perspective, if you are that talented, if you are mentally locked in, then why not push forth that extra effort to get physically locked in, to look the best you've ever looked, to feel the best you've ever felt? Why are you settling for the mediocrity when it comes to that? You know the playbook. You know everything that it is to know from a mental standpoint, but you're lacking in the physical department. And you have to be able to break out of that. You have to be able to break out of that and prove that you are mentally strong enough and that you are physically strong enough and that you will not be beat. Because that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Going out there and being a success and not dying of the failure because you gave up. Don't give up. Keep it going. Keep pushing it. Prove it. Prove who you are, what you're about, and what it is that you came to do. Get it done. So, that's really wanted to touch on that subject, man. Just being able to prove it, right? Proving it, man. That takes on a life of its own, and you better be ready to go. You better be ready to prove it every single day and every single second. It's been your boy, Coach Jax, the R.E.U.P podcast. Remember, champions never let nothing phase them. When in doubt, rise to the occasion. R.E.U.P.